The market pushes higher again and we are running out of room overhead. Will we get the pullback we're looking for? Find out next on Invest with Jacob. So this market continues to be stubborn and bullish and pushed higher today, touching 4,300 before pulling back at the close to basically trade flat for the day. Now, this is going to beg the question, are we going to get this pullback we're looking for? We'll get into that in just 1 second. But first, if you're new here, welcome to the show, guys. My name is Jacob Gabbard, and this is Invest with Jacob. And I highly encourage you to hit that subscribe button down below so that you can get our daily S&P updates, our trade setups, and our buy alerts. Okay, guys, so the market continued to push higher today, hitting a key level on the SPX at 4,300. However, we did say that the top end of this target was 4,300 on the futures chart, which is ES. And that traded up to 4,290 today. So we do still have about 10 points of upside for this wave before we have really reached the top and run out of room. Now, this is begging the question, do we still think the pullback is coming? I do, and there are several reasons for that. The first is we are still in the topping region for wave one. Now, I will say that it is being stubborn, and I am surprised that we haven't gotten the pullback yet, but we are still within the parameters, and that's what we're looking for. So to answer the question, yes, I do still think the pullback is coming. Let's take a look at a few things on the chart that make me think this. Okay, guys, so here we are on the 1 hour futures chart, ES chart, and shout out to Ryan for giving me a great idea to give the big picture before we drill down into what we're talking about for now. So right now, guys, we have a decades-long pattern that is a 5-wave structure. Elliott Wave impulse waves are 5-wave structures, okay? So we have this 5-wave structure, and in this 5-wave structure, we are in wave 5 right here, this big long wave here. That structure breaks down into 5 subwaves, okay? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Without getting too crazy complex, all of these waves up, they break down into 5 waves, and that keeps going down to a minuscule level, okay? Right now, we are in this wave 3 of this wave 5, okay? So this wave 5 here breaks down into 5 subwaves. In those subwaves, we're in wave 3 of 5, all right? In wave 3, we are in wave 5. I know this is where it gets a little complex, so stay with me, okay? So if we have 5 subwaves for this wave 3, sorry, I'm gonna draw them real small here. Okay, we're in this wave 5 right here. We're in wave 5, okay, of wave 3 of wave 5. Okay, so that's where we are in the big picture. Remember, this is decades long. This big pattern I got drawn here, this covers decades. We're in that pattern on the chart overall. Okay, this is a years long pattern, okay, right here, this 5-wave set. And then this is a months to years long pattern, depending on how long it goes. So we are in wave 5 of wave 3 of wave 5. So the big picture, guys, is we're in this big wave 5 and we're trying to complete the wave 3 of wave 5. Okay, so with that being said, let's get these off the screen so we can see it better. Okay, so again, we know where our topping numbers are, and we're right at the top of that. 4,300 on the ES was kind of the max that we're looking for here. It could still trade higher. We're at 4,287 in the futures right now, so it has about 13 points to run up to 43. 4,300 got rejected pretty hard on the SPX today. I imagine the same will happen if ES gets to that level, but I think we should start seeing this pullback. I keep saying it every day. Today or tomorrow. It can't push much higher, to be honest with you. And the reason I say that is there are other indicators that help us out. So we have all of our charting indicators that say how high a wave should go, and we're in that zone. So that tells us the top is in place, right? The other thing we have is we have the MACD. So we use this in conjunction with our charting levels to kind of indicate tops. And the way we do that is when we see negative divergence or positive divergence, depending on which side we're on. So bottoms, you want to see positive divergence because you want to see it moving back up so that it says that the market's ready to move. And on tops, you want to see negative divergence because you want to see it coming down while the market's still moving up, indicating that a top is getting close, okay? So we're going to look at negative divergence today, and I'm going to show you how that looks on the MACD. So here is our move up, right? This is our wave 1, okay, up. And what we're looking at here is back here when it made this big run up to here, you had a really high MACD, okay, when it made this nice strong move up here in wave 3 of 1, and then pulled back in 4, and then we made new highs ever since then, right? So we made new highs, new highs, new highs, and today we made a new all-time high. Now during that whole time, if you look here on the MACD, here was the top of that wave 3 right here, and well, it's not even the top, it's the top of this move up. So from there, okay, we have a downtrend on the MACD. So this is what's called negative divergence, okay? The MACD is trending down while the market, is trending up, okay? So it's not in line with the market. It's not in step anymore, which is saying that there's weakness in the market and that this should be a topping area. So that's another reason that we believe that a top is imminent here and should be happening within the next few days, because literally since about the 22nd, so what's that, almost a week now, it is a week now, for a week now we've been seeing negative divergence on the 1 hour chart, which tells us that we should be seeing a top, we should be seeing a pullback, and that's what gives me confidence that we are still heading down in wave 2 before we head back up in wave 3. Okay, so that's a lesson on the MACD. You want to see negative divergence. And real quick, let me show you some positive divergence so you can see what that looks like on the other side of this. Okay, so we switched over to the SPX chart here, and I want to show you some positive divergence so you understand how that looks and how we know that the market's ready to move up again. So here's a couple instances in a row here. So we got this bottom in place, all right? So this comes down here in a low, right in this area here, comes up and then makes a lower low, but on the MACD, if you look for that same time frame, it does not make the same lower low, which tells us that the bottom is close and coming in, and then we get this move up. All right, then we follow that with a move down, okay, and you can see that the low was made over here on this bottom, or on this low here, then it went up and made a lower low, and again you got positive divergence down here where the market's moving down, but the MACD is moving up, telling us that a move up is coming, telling us that there's a lack of momentum and volume on this move. Okay, so that's what we're looking for, is divergence in the MACD. That is a strong indicator for tops and bottoms. So that's a little trading trick today that we can learn, since there wasn't much of an update. We're still in the topping area. We're still watching the same levels. Monday's low of 42.6425 is still what we're watching. We need that to break as our first indication that the wave 2 pullback has begun. But as I said, guys, we have negative divergence on the MACD. We're in the topping zone. It's pushing higher, but not by a lot, and it's getting rejected at 4,300 on the SPX. So there's a lot of reasons to believe this pullback is coming, even though it's just being stubborn and holding off before it does it. So let's hang in there. Let's watch the market. If it does push up over 4,300, we'll have to reevaluate and figure out what's going on. But there's not much of an indication that that's what's happening. So guys, if you want to know when we are getting into the market to trade this wave 3 of 3, you need to get in my Facebook group. There's a link down below. Okay, click that link, get in my Facebook group. You'll find a link to my Slack channel, which is just a free chat channel. Get in there and I give real-time market updates. I let you know what levels we're watching. I give you our buy and sell alerts. I tell you exactly what we're trading, when we're trading it, and how we're trading it. We'd love to have you in there, make some money with us. The only thing you have to do, guys, to get into that Facebook group, you got to subscribe to this channel. So hit that subscribe button down below, become part of the trading team. We'd love to have you on board. All right, guys, key takeaways for today. We are still watching Monday's low, 42.6425, as our first indicator that wave 2 has begun. If it does happen to push up over 4,300, at that point, we will reevaluate. All right, guys, that is the market update for today. I will talk to you tomorrow.